But first, we'll be talking to John Mellencamp, singer, songwriter, Grammy Award winner, social activist, and a very, very good painter. John is going to be joining us live via satellite in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, actually, where he's made many of his more famous videos. John, hi. Glad to have you with us. How you doing?
Good. What's all that stuff that they used for your introduction? Well, I don't know what all that stuff means. You're a what? I'm a what? Yeah, what are you? They gave all this credit. You're a youth what?
A youth aficionado. I think that means bullfighter. I was really concerned about that one myself. It's Spanish for something.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess.
Yeah. Hey, how come you weren't guest editor? You should have been guest editor this year, or how about next year?
Well, we can talk about that.
We'll have to talk about that. Let's talk about your first of all, let's talk about your new album, Whenever We Want It. It's a little different from your last few albums, which were, let's say, socially conscious, tackled a few more issues. This one seems to be straight ahead rock and roll. What made the change?
Well, that's not exactly correct, but on first listening, you know, that's what you might think. I don't know. We put away the violins and the fiddles and all that kind of stuff, and we, you know, started banging it out again. But there are quite a few songs that do deal with social things on this record.
I got from listening to it, it's obviously a very personal record. I wonder what kind of message you're trying to get out this time. Songs like Last Chance, which you should have made a single, if you ever listened to me.
Bob, I'm having a hard time hearing you, buddy.
Okay, pal, I said that it's obviously a very personal record. And there are songs such as Last Chance, which I think evoke a very different kind of message, as if you're trying to get something out that you haven't tried before. What is Last Chance particularly about?
Well, Last Chance is kind of, oh, I don't know, it's a pretty vague, ambiguous type of song.
I'm sorry, John, just you were saying?
Yeah, it's more of a vague, ambiguous type of song. It's not really particularly, you know, when I write, I don't really write about what I'm doing or how I'm feeling. I'm writing about, you know, just a certain feeling.
Okay, you were telling me before the album came out that this was a return to rock and roll for you, that everybody thought of you as a guy who chased girls, drove fast cars, rocked hard, and painted, and you were going to try and put it all on the same album. How'd you get the painting on the album?
How did I get the painting on?
Yeah, how did you evoke painting on that album?
Well, painting taught me how to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I'm making records, I become very impatient. But with painting, you know, just learning how to paint for the first time, it's a very difficult process to paint a portrait. So I became to, you know, have patience with myself, and consequently had more patience with this record than any record I've ever made.
Do you feel you're growing as a songwriter?
Well, I think you know, I wrote what I wanted to write with this song. I mean, I think the days of me writing, you know, grasping at straws to write is pretty much over for me. I mean, I've been making records for 15 years. And as a songwriter, I pretty much feel like I have control over my songwriting.
You've always been incredibly maverick, John. You've always done it your own way. Has that helped you now at this stage in your career? Do you feel more confidence in taking your music in any way you want? You don't feel bound by what MTV expects from a rock star?
Well, I don't know. You know, I'd be lying to say that everybody doesn't have their eye on the grindstone, so to speak. But I pretty much looked at what was happening and kind of went 180 degrees the other way. I mean, I still believe in boom, boom, crack, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, rock and roll, which this record pretty much is. And it seems like now there's a lot more dance beats and stuff on television and on the radio. You know, AOR radio and CHR radio being top 40 and AOR being like album radio. When I was a kid, and we were kids, Bob, you know, the playlists were pretty much the same. But now, if you look at the two playlists, they're quite a bit different. And top 40 radio is really, you know, none dare call it disco, but that's kind of what it might sound like.
Yeah, the days of freeform radio are completely gone. The exciting days, you know.
I'd say that the days of freeform anything are completely gone, you know. Maybe
yeah, how does that make you feel? I mean,
well,
what about the state of the business
I don't really
now?
like it too much, to be honest with you. You know, a corporate America kind of controls the radio stations and most of the TV stations. I mean, and yeah, I understand it's all about making money, but it's really awful when you've got to take rock and roll and sell it out, you know, to make money off of it.
Well, listen, John, hold that thought, and we'll be right back in a moment. We're breaking away for a commercial.